Hi, I'm Jessie Joski and welcome to my channel at Dominican Dress by Jessie Joski. As you can see, I'm wearing a Mary blouse. I am originally from Papua New Guinea, now Australian citizen. So welcome to my channel. I cover anything to do with finance, fashion, lifestyle, beauty, travel, and a little bit of politics and a little bit of tech as well. So join me, subscribe to my channel, and let's get into this video. So today we're gonna go through it together. As a total beginner in using Perplexity in doing a finance research, so I want to do a finance research. Let's do this together. Start using the Perplexity together. So together. Yikes! I can't even pronounce. Let's do the Perplexity research on finance together. Okay, let's get on my computer and let's start. Okay, so I am now on the Perplexity and we're going to see, let me say right now it says select your plan. Pro is $20 a month. So US dollars a month. What is US dollars a month? $20. So it's $20 US a month. That's like $30 a month for the pro version, and then the max, it's everything in the pro. So that's unlock Perplexity's full capabilities with early access to new products, and that's $200 US a month. Ooh, okay, so let's just continue with free for now because I want to test it out. And as soon as you're on the screen, it says browse the web with AI. I am going to ask Perplexity, what is Perplexity? And I actually want to do a research on the properties on the Gold Coast. So let's have a look. So, but first and foremost, what is Perplexity? I need a master to go here while I do my research. Okay, what is Perplexity? What is Perplexity? Let's see what it says. And I am just using the free version of Perplexity AI. Okay, what is Perplexity? It says here, Perplexity has two common meanings, and from your context, you're likely asking about Perplexity AI. Perplexity in general, in everyday English, perplexity means a state of confusion or being puzzled, especially when something is difficult to understand or decide. You're like perplexed. In education and psychology, it is something used to describe a learner's uncertainty in a situation that can trigger reflection and problem solving. All right, that is not what I'm asking for, but it gave me the meaning. I'm asking for Perplexity AI. Hello. So here, Perplexity AI, the product. Perplexity AI is a modern answer engine that combines large language models, LLMs, with live web search to give concise, cited responses to user questions. It is designed to handle everything quick, from quick factual queries to complex research tasks, showing sources, links alongside answers so users can verify or explore further. Okay, rightio. And then it comes up with all of these things. How is all this related? I like that it comes up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 related questions. So let's have a look. How is Perplexity calculated for language models? Perplexity for language models is calculated from the probabilities the model assigns to the correct tokens in a dataset. Conceptually, it is exponential of the average surprise negative log likelihood the model has for the true sequence. So this is a very technical. Radio. Okay. And also it gives you sources, as you can see, 17 sources down here. So with Perplexity, it gives you sources, so you can, let's have a look at one of these, the sources. What is wrong with Perplexity for long context language model by ARX IV, and then you can go through these sources and see if you like any of them. For example, if it's Wikipedia, that is definitely not a good source, so you probably won't be using that source. So let's move on. I see. Okay. Radio. Okay. Done that. Oh, what happened? Right, so my research for today, I want to look at finance. I'll go into click on finance here, but I actually want to look at finance Australia. Well, if you're using a free version, I guess you can't win with US markets, but okay. What I want to know is what is the current. Okay, so what I want to know is, this is my first time using Perplexity. Some people say Perplexity is like ChatGPT plus Google. So let's try it out. So my focus for today is to find out about property. So the first question I'm going to ask is, what is the most property question right now on the web about the Gold Coast, Queensland, about the properties on the Gold Coast, Queensland, Australia. So let's have a look. Okay, so this is what it came up with. That's pretty quick, isn't it? What is the most property question? What is the most property question right now on the web about the properties on the Gold Coast? Okay, it corrected me there, but that's a good thing. It says the most common current property question about the Gold Coast is essentially, are prices going to fall or keep rising, and is now a good time to buy or wait? And it gave me two sources. One is from Regional House. Two sources. Yeah, these two sources. ARX. Let's have a look. I'm clicking one of the sources to see. Oh. I don't even know what this website is. Okay. Yeah, I don't even know what that is, but let's have a look at the second one. It's armpublishing.com. I've never heard of armpublishing.com either, but let's have a look. It's in Great Britain. Okay, radio. Maybe I'll change the question. What is the current property market trend on the Gold Coast, Queensland, Australia, is according to realestate.com and domain. So look. So hopefully it gives me, because I specifically put the sources down. So it says here realestate.com.au and domain both show the Gold Coast market is still relatively strong but past its peak, with growth slowly and conditions becoming more balanced between buyers and sellers. And this is according to this ARX. The source is from there again. And then it gave me 35 sources, ARXIV. Let's have a look at ARXIV. I don't know what that is. Radio ARXIV. Okay, I don't know what that is, but And then compare medium house prices changes on Gold Coast from realestate.com. From fashion to finance, the world in her hands, beauty and travel, her life's a grand plan. Okay. Realestate.com and domain both showed that Gold Coast median prices are higher than a few years ago, but growth has slowed, although exact median numbers and percentage differ because they use different data sets and methods. Again, it's this AR. Oh, right. Hi. Okay. Ooh, so this is my first time using Perplexity. So why their numbers differ? Analytical work in Australia. Online data shows each platform has its own coverage, pricing, filters, and data. Right. Okay. Yeah, this one highlights suburbs with largest discrepancies between two data sets. Let's have a look. Okay. There is not enough public summarized data that directly compares realestate.com and domain suburb mediums on the Gold Coast or specific largest discrepancy. Suburbs cannot be reliably listed without manually pulling live figures from both sides. Right. So yeah, it's got that list and show where the different verses, compare time series from a selected map suburb colored by magnitude direction. Right. So let's click that one. From fashion to finance, the world in her hands, beauty and travel, her life's a grand plan. It says there is no reliable public summary that ranks Gold Coast suburbs by median price gaps. What this means for top 10. Choose a broad set of Gold Coast suburbs 20 to 30, including inner, middle, and outer ring areas. Okay. Show whether those price differences are driven by sales or that. Key differences: coverage high, low, downward. Okay. Go on the Gold Coast, where lifestyle suburbs have mixed stock waterfront versus inland. Listing driven discrepancies widen because one site may capture more aspirational luxury ask while the other emphasize volume sales listings. And then it gives you 12 sources. Right. So, okay. Breakdown discrepancies by sale. Right. Okay. This is interesting. So maybe I'll try asking another question. Let's try new thread. Okay, new thread. Click on new thread. I'm using the new version, and I'm learning as I'm using it. So let's try property on the Gold Coast, Queensland, Australia. Okay, property on the Gold Coast in Australia. Tell me about property on the Gold Coast, Australia. Let's have a look. Oh, so this is good. It says the Gold Coast property market in Queensland, Australia is a dynamic and high demand sector characterized by strong price growth, low vacancy rates, and robust interstate and overseas migration driving buyer interest. As of late 2025, median house prices stand at around 1.12 million Australian dollars, up 9.4% over the past year. Meanwhile, median unit prices reached $775,000 US Australian dollars, up 27.1%. Ooh, over 3,000 properties are actively listed for sale across the region, with prices ranging from under $1 million for entry-level units to over $10 million for luxury beachfront homes. Wow! And this is from the source. It gave me two sources. So it's domain 321 properties for sale Gold Coast, and Gold Coast property buyers agent, and real estate and property for sale. So I actually know these sources, and I think this information is accurate. And then it gives me here the market outlook. Forecast for 2025 predict continued growth, though at varying rates, 10 to 13% overall per propertyology, with units potentially seeing 5 to 8% minimum due to supply shortages and short-term rental appeal. CoreLogic. So CoreLogic is a data-driven technology company that provides property information, analytics, and services in Australia. Oh, so this is good. And this is only the free version. That's pretty good. Units attract investors with high yields. Okay. And market outlook. Forecast for 2025 predict continued growth, though at varying rates, 10 to 13% overall per propertyology, with units potentially seeing 5 to 8% minimum due to supply shortages and short-term Rental appeal. CoreLogic, as I mentioned what CoreLogic was, anticipates a more modest 3 to 5% rise in affordability pressures and interest rates, signaling a market correction after recent booms. Key drivers include infrastructure like the Kumara Connector. Kumara Connector just opened recently, 4 kilometers of road on Tuesday. So that was on the December 2nd. The Kumara Connector opened, and that is likely to help about 57,000 people driving on the road. Okay. Tightly rental continue. Tight rental yields 4.3% for houses, 5.0% for units, and a vacancy rate of just 1.1%. And these are the sources. Go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sources. That's good. I actually know all of these, so that's pretty good. And investment highlights: units attract investors with high yields from short-term lets and demand for migrants and retirees. Houses in family-oriented suburbs show competition via multi-offer scenarios at inspections. And this is from GC Property Buyers. See, this is one thing good about Perplexity. It lists the sources. I mean, how good is that? And this one gave me 5 sources. And luxury developments like Royale offer beachfront penthouses nearing completion, emphasizing coastal premium living. And that's from Royale gc.com.au. This is the source here. Wow, so this is good. And I also like the fact that it comes up with related things. So he gave me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 related things to look at. So let's have a look at the first one. Building dreams with Garry by her side. Mannequin dress, love amplified. Gold coast glow where the ocean flows. Jesse's lighted and the sleigh shows. Building dreams with Garry by her side. Mannequin dress, love amplified. Okay. Listing span houses, units, and land with hotspots in suburbs like Burleigh Heads, Surfers Paradise, and Varsity Lakes, featuring waterfront and modern options. And that is from realtor.com. Okay, cool. And then there's this one here. Which Gold Coast suburbs offer the best rental yields in 2025? And it gives me a table as well. That's pretty good. Kumara, Labrador, Pacific Pines, Southport, and Pimpama top the list for rental yields on the Gold Coast in 2025. Units often exceeding 5% due to low vacancies under 2%, rising rents up to 15% in key areas, and growth infrastructure like hospitals and transport links. And then it gives me the top suburbs by yield, and it's in table form. I mean, how good is that? Table form is great, so you can visualize and see things. It says here, suburb, house yield, unit yield, medium house price, medium unit price. So suburb Kumara, for example, house yield 4.6%, unit yield is 5.4 to 6.5%. Medium house price is $842,000, and medium unit price is $597,000. Whoa! These prices used to be the prices on a normal standalone house, but now the median price is for a unit. Doesn't tell me how many bedrooms, so I'm just generalizing here. So Coomera, Labrador, Pacific Island, Southport, Pimpama. So these are all the suburbs on the north of Gold Coast. So they're the top suburbs by yield. Additional yield areas are bigger waters units at 5.2%, driven by short stay renters and coastal access. Narang 5.0 to 6.0%, and Omeo up to 6%, 0.5% vacancy in northern corridors for family renters. Okay, so the sources are best suburbs to invest on the Gold Coast and high yield investment. Okay. Units generally outperform houses amid tight supply. Yeah, that's true. I'm a local Gold Coaster. I live here, and I can see that. Supply and tenant demand from professionals and families. And sources are top suburbs for rental and the best suburbs to invest in Gold Coast by. So let's have a look at this one. Click on that. So this is the source here. It's in March 2005 by Coastal Buyers Agency, and it's written. Okay. Radio. Awesome. And then also there are other questions here, but let's estimate entry prices. That's all very interesting. So one of the questions that I would like to ask is, will the prices continue to grow at its current trend? Will the housing prices continue to grow at property prices? Fashion to finance, the world in her hands, beauty and travel, her life's a grand plan. Okay, will the property prices continue to grow at this current trend? And it's saying Gold Coast property prices are forecast to continue growing onto 2026, though potentially at a moderated pace compared to the 18% surge seen through November 2025 with SQM Research. SQM. Okay. SQM Research is one of the go-to for property information and research in Australia. So SQM Research's housing boom and bust report highlighting double-digit growth potentially for the Gold Coast, 7 to 11% base case, driven by population expansion to 1 million residents by 2040, infrastructure like light rail and M1 upgrades, and 2032 Olympics preparations. Medium house prices now at 1.3 million Australian dollars. Oh, where are we going to get the money from to buy these houses? People are already staying in a one standalone house where there is 4 bedrooms, and a lot of families come and live together, and they rent out each room because times are tough, and families are moving back together so they could just pay only one rent under one lease. Wow. Infrastructure like light rail and M1 upgrades, 2032 Olympics preparations, medium house prices now at 1.232 million Australian dollars. Benefit from net migration. This is migration story again. A lot of people are coming in, which is good for the economy, but not a lot of people are happy with the migration. Tourism and low-key supply, razor thin rental vacancies, and the sources are from Queensland Property, realestate.com, Queensland Property Prices, and what's the other one? And forecasters. Okay. Influencing factors. So far, I like Perplexity. The report is giving me is very good. It's not really in depth. Maybe if you upgrade, I don't know, because I can't compare an upgrade version to a free version. But so far, the free version is good. And this is my first time using Perplexity. Influencing factors: steady interest rates until mid-2026, with possible cuts boosting buyer confidence alongside first home buyer incentives. Okay, and again, this is the sources. Strong demand from interstate migrants and retirees outpacing completions, though affordability changes may temper highs. And these are the sources here. And regional outperformance over Sydney 3 to 6% and Melbourne 4 to 7%, fueled by SEQ economic momentum. SEQ, Southeast Queensland, more economic momentum. And then it gave me all the 10 sources here. And all these sources, I would assume these are the sources that have been put on the web freely. Therefore, Perplexity was able to grab all of this and put it into a nice, easy to read content. That's pretty good. Good job, Perplexity. Okay, what factors could reverse the Gold Coast price growth trend? Oh, that's a good thing. That's a good question. So several factors could reverse or significantly slow Gold Coast property price growth, including sustained high interest rates, worsening affordability pressures, and a surge in housing supply outpacing demand. And it's from 1 to 3 sources. Key risk factors: interest rate hikes, further increase in cash rate, currently around 4.35%, would raise borrowing costs, dampening buyer demand and confidence, as noted by CoreLogic experts. So this is from the sources from here, as you can see. Affordability. Okay, so now that we've got all of this, I just want a summary. Give me a summary in bullet points of the current market trend on the Gold Coast and future of the property on the Gold Coast. So this is what I'm going to write. Give me a summary of bullet points of the current market on property market on the Gold Coast and the future projections. Okay, let's have a look. And it only takes like 3 seconds to look for my answers. So in bullet points, the summary is: Median prices, late 2025, houses at 1.12 million to 1.3 million Australian dollars, up 9 to 18% YO. Median prices, late 2025, houses at 1.12 million Australian dollar to 1.3 million Australian dollar, up 9 to 18% year over year. Units at $675,000 to $775,000, up 27%, and that is from 3 sources. As you can see here, Gold Coast, T, Interland Realty, and okay, so those 3 sources there. Right. Rental yields, houses 4.1 to 4.6%, units 5.0 to 5.56%, with vacancies at 1.1%, driving 5 to 15% rent hikes. Listings and demand, over 3,000 properties for sale. Wow. Strong interstate migration, low stock and auction clearances, 65% fuel competition. And then you have key drivers for these high prices. Population growth to 1 million by 2040. Wow, 2040. 2025 now, 2040. Oh, that's a long time ago. That's a long time into the future. Infrastructure, light rail, M1, 2032 Olympics, prep, tourism, retiring flex, and of course the Coomera connector we've already seen on Tuesday. This the second, the 4-kilometer part of the northern gate of the Gold Coast has been opened. So, and it's supposed to help about 57,000 people driving on the road. Future predictions: 2025 grow houses 4 to 13%, propertyology 10 to 13%, CoreLogic 3 to 5%, units 3 to 8%, with a steady boom absent economic slowdown. 2026 outlook: 7 to 13% rises, the SQM base 7 to 11%, outpacing capitals by migrations and rate cuts, and units resilient for short-term lets. And it's got the risks here: high rates, affordability limit or supply surges are moderate to 3 to 5% of prompt correction. Wow. So that's pretty good. Now I'm going to say, give me a summary of the Gold Coast property prices. Property prices in a table from. So let's have a look. So now if you're looking at the property prices area, overall Gold Coast is median price 1.12 million, year over year growth 9.4%, medium unit price 775,000, year over year growth 27.1%. So overall June, overall early, Mermaid Waters, Broad Beach, so forth. So prices reflect strong demand and low supply as of mid to late 2025, with houses consistently about 1 million medians across reports. Variations stem from quarterly data and suburb focus. Wow. So the main key factors driving Gold Coast prices in 2025 are Supply constraints due to high construction costs, plus 40% increase during COVID. Halted projects, labor shortages, and limited a new dwelling supply expected for 3 to 5 years, reinforcing price stability. Strong population growth with over 250,000 net new residents in the past decade, and continuing migration driven by lifestyle, climate, and coastal living appeal. And these are the sources there. Major infrastructure projects like the Gold Coast Light Rail Stage 3 and M1 Pacific Motor upgrades improve accessibility, increase demand across more areas. Low vacancy rates around 1.1%, which boosts rental yields and investor interest, and rising rents. And these are the interest rate expectation with potential cuts into the making borrowing more attractive, stimulating buyer activity, lifestyle and demographic shift, attracting retirees and younger professionals who prefer low maintenance living. Therefore, a lot of people want to live in units. They don't have to look after the big yard of gardening. Instead of gardening and looking after the yard, you're out there enjoying yourself, which most young professionals like to do. Prefer to have fun with their family instead of doing gardening. Therefore, unit living is more appealing to them. Lifestyle and demographic shift attracting retirees. Together, these factors underpin steady price growth, especially in suburbs with good infrastructure, lifestyle, amenities, and restricted land supply. And what I want to know is, which Gold Coast suburb will benefit most from all these infrastructure projects? And it says here, suburbs like Coomera, Pimpama, Southport, Burleigh Heads, Labrador, and Robina stand to benefit most from the Gold Coast infrastructure projects, gaining boosted accessibility, housing demand, and property values through transport, health, and urban upgrades. And it's got 3 sources here. It's from propertybuyer.com.au, coposit.com.au, and Gold Coast Buyers Agencies. Oh wow. And then key benefit suburbs, it's got the list here. Additional hotspots, Ashmore, Molondina, help pressing spillover demand, Varsity, Tugan, M1 Pacific upgrades, reducing congestion to Brisbane projects. Okay. Wow, this is a So, my last question is, what is the summary for the Gold Coast property 2025? Overall, the Gold Coast market is positioned for steady growth and remains highly attractive for investors and home buyers alike in 2025. Wow. This is my first time using Perplexity, and I actually like it. It's different from the Google where you put on search and it just gives you all these different pages that you like have to one by one go through every single one, where in Perplexity all I'm using is just a general trade one. I haven't done the finance report. Maybe I should do that. But so far I like the fact that it gives me all this information, compiles it into a good report, finance report that I can actually read, and in table form as well. And it's got all the sources that I could go through and check information. So far it's pretty good. So let's currently the City of Gold Coast local government area reports 647,824 residents, covering 1,333 square meters, with a median age of 39. So median age of 39. So that's a lot of working people who are working very hard to be able to afford these prices. For buying or renting property. So one last question. Gold Coast residents face significant challenges affording a property, both buying and renting, due to high prices relative to income. Median house prices are around $1 million, with a 20% deposit needing over $200,000, with median weekly mortgage repayments could be roughly $1,232 Australian. Median weekly rent is about $832, reflecting a 7.1% annual rise, making renting costly as well. Median personal income is approximately $46,866 per year, and average household income with $98,600 a year, meaning many households have difficulty covering mortgage or rental costs comfortably. Wow, to live comfortably on the Gold Coast, a single person might need an income around $85,000 annually, and a family closer to $150,000 to $190,000 combined. That's two people working, husband and a wife, or whoever are living in the same, under the same roof, in the same house. Affordable alternatives exist in suburbs like Nerang, where median house prices are lower at around $866,500, easing entry barriers somewhat. In summary, high property costs combined with medium incomes mean affordability strains for many, especially first-home buyers and low-income renters on the Gold Coast. Building dreams with Garry by her side, mannequin dress, love amplified. Wow, this is a very comprehensive Perplexity report. I like it a lot, and I am definitely going to be using Perplexity a lot. This is actually my first time, and I got a lot out of it. So if you don't really like finance and find this a bit boring, and you still watching this right now, thank you so much. Have yourself a lovely, lovely day, and I'll see you in the next video. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel at Mannequin Dressed by Jessie Josky. I'm Jessie Josky, and I'll say goodbye.